Good morning, it's day 63. It was raining quite a bit. It started raining later than I thought it was going to, maybe like around 5. So it rained a little longer than I was hoping to as well, but it stopped. Well, mostly slowed down, and I think it stopped altogether now, which is good. But I packed up, everything's wet, and I have the usual like backpack covered under the umbrella thing going. I like to just stick the umbrella through the carry handle on the top. And it just holds it in place. It's not windy today, so it doesn't have to be super careful. I rolled up my tent, stuffed it in the stuff sack, and put it there so the outside of the bag stays dry, because that's going to go inside the tent. And then pretty much random stuff that I want to keep dry. But it stopped raining, so let's pack up and get moving. Funny is my umbrella looks like this now, because it's very old. The waterproofing isn't working as well as it used to. But I think it'll still last AT. But the time when everything will get will be in between everything where I take the umbrella off. So I'm just gonna do that right now instead of talking, because it's not raining, so it's the perfect time. I always think it's funny when looking back at the nice dry spot where the tent was before I leave, but that's always funny. You can see the vestibule. Yeah. Fortunately, it was a good sight. I was kind of worried water might pool into here before on its way down to the creek, but it was all right. But now it's starting to drizzle again. We've got to get going before the thunderstorms kick in. So that should be in any hour. So we'll try to get as many miles as we can. I think we're on the sides of bridges for quite a while, but not much you can do about that. There's still thunderstorms forecast, but notice I have the camera on my chest. It's because I'm carrying just about 2 liters of water, just a little under. There's just a huge dry stretch from where we were at Laurel Creek up till, I don't know, there's another shelter that's a quarter of a mile off, and then a steep down to the water source, and that's iffy right now as well, although it rained a lot, so there's probably water there. And then after that, it's the shelter 18.5 miles from Laurel Creek. There's nothing else in between. There's one unreliable spring, but it's marked as dry for forever, and they say there's pools there, and it did rain a lot, and there's supposed to be more rain coming, so there might be rain there. I'm actually trying, I was gonna go to the shelter, but it's only like 6.5 to the hostel, and that's too close. So I was gonna stay at the unreliable water source, which is about three miles shorter, I don't know. But that way it's like 9 to the hostel, so I get there at a more reasonable time instead of like 10 or 11 a.m. So I'm hoping because of the rains there will be water there. If not, I'll just push to the shelter. It's going to be an 18.5 mile day, but right now I'm still hoping on getting to the store that's about 3.5 miles away, maybe 3 miles, and then they're open 11 to 2, so I'll be there just in time, and I'm hoping that I can fill up my water bottles there. Hopefully they'll allow that. You'd think they would, but hopefully. But let's get there before it closes. Do you see this, folks? It's sunny. I thought I was gonna have to break out the sunglasses because it was reflecting off the wet ground so much, but that's because I hiked so quickly I outran a storm. The storm is heading northeast, I'm heading northeast, and you know, I'm pretty fast. I'm a through hiker, you know, don't want to brag, but really I think there's still chances of thunderstorms throughout the day, at least until 2 or 3, just because I saw the radar, and southwest of us it's still pretty thick. So I think this sun and incredible blue skies is a short reprieve from what's potentially possible. But I look back because I don't see any white blazes in front of me, so I had to check to see, and there is one, so I'm still on the AT. Okay, let's go down to this little cafe thing. It's a proper highway down there. Look at all those cars go. Big trucks, constant noise. It's funny how it's like that when you're hiking above it. All that sound just kind of echoes up and you hear it all. Oh, did you hear that? That truck was engine braking. They're open and their bathroom has water, so I'm gonna go fill up there in a second. But for now, this, and got a hamburger and fries coming. Odie's here as well. So, but it looks like, I think it's gonna start raining any second. The wind suddenly picked up and it got colder. So it could be we get lucky and the thunderstorm occurs while we're here this time. Well, that was good. I had a burger and some fries, and that was actually a really good burger. I don't know, people on gut hooks, there's always complaints about everything, but I thought it was a good burger. But now, yeah, I was able to top off my water, so I have 2 liters and I had a soda, so I'm pretty good. Now I'm gonna take off. It's starting to drizzle a little, and it's a little cold. So, wish me luck. I guess we got a little bit of a road walk before we get back into the woods. But I'm off. This is it. I shouldn't need any more water for the rest of the day, so I think I'm okay. Look at this cluster of vines. It's this huge cluster. It's not as obvious when it's not windy, but that whole thing was shaking. And if I look up, it's all being held up by there's like one little vine up there. I think that's the only thing holding it up. It's gonna snap. So many of these vines everywhere. Most of you probably already know this already, but if you have a tree trunk like this and you can step over it, what I always do is I get close and I like to look over the other side, just so you don't, you know sure there's not something sticking out. So when you put your leg over it, you don't scratch yourself with it. But I like to do that. It's one more way. I at least won't hurt myself that way. This sun, what a surprise. I thought it was supposed to be thunderstorms in and out throughout the whole day, but the sun has been out most of the day, and it is hot and humid when there's no breeze. Whew, it's a warm one. Nice views down there, right? So I've seen several of these now. They're big butterflies or moths. They're dark brown with like cream colored at the end of their wings. There's no way for me to get a picture right now, because the only times I've seen them, they're just flying all crazy and then they disappear within seconds. I haven't seen one any just like sitting still. It's gonna be hard to spot because they're dark brown and light brown, but if anybody knows what those are, but they seem to be out here. They're big too. They're like maybe that big. It's hard to, 1.5 inches wings, pretty big. I guess those guys are coming out now. Escaped. I'm guessing the woodpeckers might eat them, or have eaten many of their brothers while they were in their larva. But now they're out. Hope I got a good photo of one of those. Look what I got, folks. 600 miles. I did miss this one, just like everything else. I think I missed 400 and 500. 100 was hard to miss. 200 was hard to miss. 300 was hard to miss. But this was kind of hard to miss. Well, I got it. I knew this was coming from the far out comments, but still disappointing when they're all empty. If there was water, I was going to chug a liter so I could hike in comfort. But now it's just hike till we get there. So let's check out this coming up water source. It's unreliable water source. See if there's anything there. And looks like, though, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to wind up going to the shelter for water, just because it didn't really rain as much as I thought it was going to. So what is this? I didn't see the best water sources, and I thought I'd just keep going, but I found a pretty decent campsite, and there's flowing water right by, and there's really dark clouds coming. So I'm just gonna put this away, and I'm just gonna set up my tent right away and then get water after. So right next to the campsite, there is a pretty decent water source. It's flowing really well. I didn't think it rained well enough that it would be flowing so well, but as you can see, so I stayed here because of this. And if you look at this water, it's kind of cloudy looking. I'm not sure quite what it is. It does filter out, and when I backflushed my Sawyer, it did all come out. So some kind of sediment is getting lofted in there. I don't know, but it filters out and it tastes fine. So, but it is all good amount of water, thankfully.